Hi, I'm Rachel Steinhoff. I'm a sophomore point guard from New Haven, Missouri, and I am a communication major with a double focus in journalism and public communication. Basketball influence in my life is pretty easy because it's all completely in my family. I grew up loving the game because I grew up with a lot of people who also loved the game. I have tons of cousins who are somewhat close to my age or a little bit older who were great players in high school and just like really loved to compete and play all the time. So I grew up with people to always play pickup games or shoot around with, and so that was really awesome. Also, within my own family, my dad is or was a high school basketball coach. He recently retired. He was a coach for 32 years and won, I think, 5 state championships. And so I would always, when I was little, be hanging out at his practices, getting to know his players. And I think one way to really get to learn the game is to just watch all the time. And I was dragged along to every single one of his games. In addition to just getting to watch my dad coach all the time and learn from him and his players, he has been the biggest support system as far as like helping me train and coaching me personally. He spends hours with me in the gym, and I always say that I could never repay him for all the time he spends in the gym, chasing down balls for me or creating workouts, and so I forever owe him for that. Another influence, though, has to be my mom. My mom travels with me everywhere, takes me everywhere. She's always kind of my voice of confidence. Anytime I have a bad game, she's a little softer on me than my dad or my brother might be. And then in addition to my mom, my grandma, who is, I think, 85 years old, is also one of my biggest supporters. She's constantly talking to me about basketball, and even as I got into college last year, I'm pretty sure she was at over half of my games, and that's traveling maybe 3-4 hours to come see a game on weeknights, and she was here all the time. She's my biggest fan. Looking back on last season, I would say from a personal standpoint, it was all positive things. I got a lot of on-court experience and just really got to grow and fit in more in this program. Having Allie Norton as a point guard who was very experienced ahead of me was a great opportunity for me because I got to see how she kind of led through her actions, and she was super calm on the court all the time, and that was really helpful. Looking back at last year as a team, I would say that we had some super high expectations for ourselves, and we did meet some of those goals, which is great. But I think everything that we went through last year has really helped motivate us and propel us into what we're trying to do this season. Expectations for myself as far as this season go is that basically now I know more what to expect. I came onto campus this year knowing what to expect as far as the competition goes and the level of play that I'm going to have to play at, and that's really going to help a lot with my confidence and stuff. And that's one thing that I worked on a lot over the summer was just knowing that, you know, you're good enough to play at this level and that you're good enough to make an impact in a game and on this team and have a big role on this team. Now looking at our team, I would say one of the goals for the team is kind of similar to what my personal goal is, and that's just gaining more confidence. We have a lot of young players and people who are new to our system, but I think just playing together and getting to where we have a lot of team chemistry, that's one of my major hopes for this season, that we'll get to where we have enough chemistry to where we don't have to think about everything so much and we can just be confident and have fun playing the game together. Obviously, we all want the season to end with a championship ring. We want to bring back the GLVC championship to Truman. Along with that, making a debut in the NCAA tournament would be amazing. When my brother was in college, I got to follow him around, and they went to it was obviously NAIA, but they went to the NAIA National Championships, and the atmosphere in that place is awesome, and just knowing that the stakes are so high, and if you lose, you're done. That's an amazing atmosphere, and so I would love to have a postseason like that. As far as my future plans go, I'm not really 100% sure yet, which I think is okay at this time in my life. What I do know right now is that I love to write. I recently started writing for the Index, which is Truman's newspaper, as a sports writer. And I also know that I love sports. I can't see my life without sports. So hopefully, maybe what I could do is combine the two and do some sort of public relations for a sports team. Media is becoming really important nowadays in sports, and how how each team is viewed in the public. So dream job would be a public relations manager or something for the St. Louis Cardinals or the St. Louis Blues. Pretty high hopes, but I love the St. Louis area. I would love to live down towards St. Charles. I like the St. Charles area because I have a lot of family in that region. I think it's a great place to raise a family, and I would hopefully raise my own family there someday. Once again, I'm Rachel Steinhoff. I'm number 32, and I can't wait to see what this season brings. Go Dogs!